The most recent update, the Gleaming Depths, brought with it some of the best changes Fallout 76 has ever seen, and one of the biggest changes most players in the Wasteland have noticed is that huge XP change that recently occurred. And if you know, you know, this video we're talking about the monster buff that Expeditions got in terms of XP output, because it's a pretty huge game changer for most players, especially if you're a low-ish level. You can really boost yourself through the levels with this new XP buff that Expeditions got. This could be a really nice XP farm for those people's characters that are struggling with a lower level, and you'll be able, like I said, just to boost yourself through the levels. And also, this is a really nice way to complete the most recent season that they added in Fallout 76. So let's go ahead and talk about the most recent change. So, like I said earlier in the video, this video will be pretty quick. It's only going to go over a few changes that were made. I'll also go into the best method of farming XP with this new Expedition XP boost that I found so far, but this video is going to be pretty quick. And it's not really going to be a guide, it's just going over a change that a lot of people may not have noticed. So as you see in the footage, whenever I do complete the expedition, I get anywhere from 40k to around 60k XP per run. Again, this all depends on what boosts you have active, and of course, if you're in an expedition team with multiple members, boosting how much XP you get for completion of the expedition. But the footage should be me solo, and you'll see what I get as an individual person with basically no boost, not even lunchboxes. This XP is basically double or triple the amount of XP these expeditions used to give off. I think the max was 20k per run, but now you can go way above that. And like I said, if you're using lunchboxes and other boosts and farming with other people, you can get a lot more XP per run. I've seen people walk away with 100,000 XP per expedition run, which is pretty insane considering this only takes about 6 minutes if you're really going through it pretty fast, or even shorter than that. So let me just answer this question before it actually comes up in the comments, because I know someone's going to ask it. If you do get 40,000 XP for the expedition run, you will complete the gain 10,000 XP challenge for your season 4 times, and you will get that separate 400 score being added to your season. So they did fix that glitch. I know for a while, and a lot of people, it was only counting the first 10,000 XP that you got. But now, if you do get 100,000 XP, you complete that obtain 10,000 XP challenge however many times you get 10,000 XP in one go. So as in this video, you'll see, like I said, I think I got 40,000 XP or something like that, and you'll see at the end of the video that my season score does actually go up by that full 400 points. So that is really helpful for running through the season fast. This isn't the best way to run through the season. West Tech and the raid still has a beat. However, you might as well take advantage of this nice little XP boost if you do need to farm bobbleheads or stamps or anything like that. This is a nice little side product. How do you get the maximum amount of XP from these expeditions, and how do you run them with it being as efficient as possible? What I would do to maximize the amount of XP you could get per hour from running expeditions is just really simple. I would just get all of the food boosts out of the way. So for me, I pop a couple cranberry cobblers, get my sleep boosts, pop 4 lunch boxes, and then I would simply just run the most sensational game expedition in Atlantic City as many times as you possibly can. Now, this expedition is, I'm going to say, the fastest expedition in the entire game, without a doubt. I know some people like to argue about that, but I personally haven't seen anyone beat the any other expedition as fast as I or other people are able to complete the most sensational game. It's the fastest one. You could complete it all in less than 5 minutes, depending on RNG. But if you have shit RNG, you could still do it in less than 8. So every 5 to 10 minutes, you're pulling anywhere from 40,000 to 100,000 XP, plus stamps, modules, and of course those sweet, sweet legendaries if you're in need of some legendary mods or anything like that. So they've really just boosted expeditions again. I personally am a huge fan of that. I definitely ran expeditions as much as I possibly can or could when the Atlantic City update first came out, and I was one of those people that was doing like 100 of them per day and everything like that, and I ended up getting my character up by 500 levels in like a month because of it. But now this is just even a better reason to farm expeditions. I really enjoy how they're giving more, I guess, game modes, you could say, different, like a larger XP pool and more legendaries and just better rewards in general, because now more people will want to farm farm expeditions, even though the new raids just got added and everyone's heading over to the raids. But a lot of people can't participate in the raids because they need better gear or they need to be a higher level. So boom, that's where expedition comes in now, and you are finally able to run through some serious leveling up with expeditions now. Like I said, you're able to get 40,000 to 100,000 XP every 5 to 10 minutes. It's a pretty solid farm. And just to mention, that 40,000 to 100,000 XP gain per run is just from completing the actual expedition itself. You can get more XP if you want to go ahead and then kill the other showmen and everything like that and just farm up some enemies. You're able to get anywhere from 700 to 1,000 XP per kill. So really, you could get another 100,000 if you want to sit there and kill as many enemies as you can, depending on what RNG based sources you get when completing the actual expedition, depending if you could actually fight hordes of enemies or not. But that is also a option too. I would just suggest farming the most sensational gain as fast as I possibly can and not worry about killing the enemies. But hey man, you could increase that XP even more if you wanted to like 200,000 or something like that per run. Just you would have to sit there and kill a decent amount of showmen. But overall, if you're not doing at least one or multiple expeditions a day to get that nice XP boost, you're really only limiting your own potential, especially if you can't do raids yet solo. And if you have to wait for your friends to get on, you might as well run a few expeditions by yourself in the meantime. Expeditions has always been a super overpowered feature in Fallout 76 because of the loot you get from completion and of course that stamp gear, but now it's one of the best ways to get XP. Not the best way, obviously, because there's the raids in West Deck, like I mentioned earlier, but it's a great way to start. You could run through the most sensational game in 5 minutes, only killing 3 enemies if RNG is on your side. If not, you'll have to kill a few more enemies, but hey, nothing horrible and impossible. So really, they just pushed expeditions to the forefront for all of the people that aren't able to complete the raids. This is what you need to be farming to get better gear and to level yourself up to be able to participate in the new raid content. If you can't do it by yourself, or if you and your friends can't do it, farm some expeditions for a couple of days, for a week or so, get your level up, get some gear up, get the Union power armor, and then go and take on the raids. I promise you, this is a key step that a lot of people are missing. Farm expeditions, they just boosted the hell out of it. Ladies and gentlemen of the Wasteland, we have made it to the end of another video. Thank you all so much for stopping by and watching this video. How do you feel about the XP reworking in Fallout 76 that came out with the most recent update, the Gleaming Depths? Personally, I am a fan of the rework. It branches out a lot more options for XP farming, like these expeditions now. Obviously, raids and then the West Deck is still going to be better for XP farming, but you could still get a shit ton of XP from running your daily expedition, especially if you still need to go and conquer some of those plans, or if you are farming up some stamps to buy out your Union armor. There is now a huge buff to doing expeditions, and that's the amount of XP that you get per run. It is now really worth it, in my opinion. What's your go-to XP farm? Let me know in the comments. And as always, I appreciate you motherfuckers for watching this motherfucking video, and I will see you in the Wasteland. Seriously, guys, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out this video. Like I said, I know expeditions isn't the best way to get XP, but I did just want to address the whole entire XP rework. A lot of people aren't really talking about it. A lot of people are just saying, oh, this method of farming XP is now broken. They reworked the entirety of how the XP system works in Fallout 76, and a lot more enemies give a lot more XP, and now expeditions along with daily ops give a shit ton more XP, mainly expeditions. But now is your time to go out, try something new, farm up those expeditions, get all the stuff that you need to be a successful player in the new raid content, and then head out into the new 300 plus level raids. So I really appreciate you motherfuckers for watching this motherfucking video, and I will see you in the Wasteland.